Gonna be honest, can't think of a joke here. I don't have a joke. Hi everybody, and welcome to yeah, no joke. Welcome to Phoenix Wright. Ace Attorney. No joke. Don't have one. In the last episode, we continued to play as Edgeworth and ran into our sister, Von Karma. And, well, you know, some shit went down. Some evidence was betrayed. But we have found that Larry might be our ace in the hole. Yes, Larry Butz is going to, pilot us into our further arguments. Still no joke. Still no joke. Let's just, yep, audio's good. Let's get the thumbnail uploaded, because nobody is going to click unless there's a thumbnail. And, yeah, let's, no joke, let's get into this. No joke for the intro, no song, just getting that picture. Have I failed? Feels like I've failed. I'm supposed to have the jokes, but this time I failed to have the jokes. But hey, I do have content. I'm still valid. Let's just play the fucking game. February 9th, 11:15 a.m., District Court Room, Defendant Lobby, number 1.
Excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm not really sure what to say.
Iris, we only have 20 minutes. There are 2 things which I need to ask you before we can reconvene.
Alright, I'll help you in any way I can.
First, about that night. You really didn't go to the Inner Temple, correct? The last witness claims to have met and talked with you in the training hall. Either you or Sister Bikini is lying.
Mr. Edgeworth, it is just as I said yesterday. Until the incident, I was in my own room in Hazakura Temple.
I want to believe you. Very well. The second thing... Actually, let me change that. I do believe you, but I don't want to believe you. I don't want to trust you. I believe you're telling the truth, but I really wish I didn't believe you were telling the truth, because you're probably a murderer. Very well. The second thing, then. That night, the temple snowmobile was used in between the times Sister Bikini returned to the main hall and when she bore witness to the murder. Sometime between 10:30 and 11 p.m. that night. Were you the one who used the snowmobile?
There is only one key for the snowmobile.
The only person who could have used it was me. So it was you! But why? What made you go out to Dusky Bridge?
I'm sorry, Mr. Edgeworth.
Oh, not now! Another 5? Iris.
I can't tell you about that yet.
Yet?
Not until her safety is confirmed.
Maya. Her?
Safety of the Acolyte.
The Acolyte, huh? She must be talking about Maya.
Iris, look me in the eyes and tell me the truth. Did you kill Eloise Diaxum? Yeah. No matter who or what may come, I could never take a life. As I thought. No psycho looks. Very well. It is my job to get to the truth. You'll discover this for yourself soon. February 9th, 11:36, District Courtroom, number 7. Is Larry even here?
Court will now reconvene. Miss Von Karma, where's the witness?
During break, a man was detained for suspicious behavior in the gallery.
Suspicious behavior?
He was sketching someone very intensely.
Dare I ask what the witness was sketching when he was detained?
He drew a terrifying woman, armed with a demonic face and a vicious whip.
Oh, Lord. I can presume that would be you. Ah!
Anyway, it's time to drag this pathetic excuse for an artist before the court. Eloise Diaxum, I hope you're ready. Get in here! It would seem that Wimp is going to see plenty more use today. I love Edgeworth, he's so witty. I hate Phoenix, 'cause he's shitty.
Oh, I love Phoenix, too. I love both my boys. Ow!
Your sketch is in contempt of this court.
Hey! I was just artistically... Ah!
You tried to run away from the bailiff who was trying to hand you your subpoena, correct?
Look, I'm nothing but a fledgling artist in training, and I was out in the mountains. I'm only down here in the city because I ran out of green paint. Well, use the technical term for the color, Viridian.
Green's technical term is Viridian? Larry. This isn't an art store, you know.
Yeah, I know! I graduated junior high, okay? Look, art is all about working in the fields, isn't it?
Working in the fields? That's slavery, Larry. That's not artistry. That's slavery. Two very different things. Slavery or farming. Neither is your current occupation.
I presume he wanted to say field work. I hope.
That's it. Thanks, buddy.
It's kind of sad that I was able to understand his mangled train wreck of a sentence.
I just happened to stop in here and found a wonderful new model. So see, I got nothing to do with this training at all. With this trial. I expect all of your faces to be red when you realize this mistake. Bright red. Or to use the technical term, Crimson Lake. No! Ouch! Ouch!
Ouch! Stop your pathetic babbling and testify like a man.
Refrain from whipping me, Miss Von Karma. Cross-whipping is as bad as cross-checking. Witness! That was all your fault. Testify now!
This is too much for me, man.
Oh, Larry. You poor sod.
Yeah, I was at the lodge out in the mountains, looking up at the stars that night. I walked to the bridge a number of times, but I didn't see a snowmobile. I didn't see anybody at the bridge that night either. The girl I was waiting up for didn't show up. My teacher died on me. I'm all alone now, aren't I, Edgy?
Witness, please refrain from directly talking to the lawyers during this testimony. What if we had to press him on that? What happens if we do press him on that? That's the first thing I'm gonna press him on.
Yeah, I'm just a nobody, man. But a small, worthless man, aren't I, man? Too many mans in that sentence, man. That really gets my goat, man. Rattles my chain, grinds my gears, man. I got a problem, man. And why wasn't I asked for my name and occupation or anything else, man?
Huh. Mr. Edgeworth, this man seems to have quite a severe inferiority complex. He's recently been the cause of numerous incidents. I think he's finally realized for himself just how much of a nuisance he has been to other people.
Yeah, that's right. I'm behind everything. Case closed. Watch out, okay? Just touching me will make you an eternally unhappy man.
Well then, let us proceed with the cross-examination without touching you. Thanks. We can delve into your... We can delve into other details at a later time. What I saw... Well... Oh, I want to press the last statement. Didn't see anyone at the bridge that night either. Wait, when did he say... Aw, it cut off when he was saying stuff about Edgy. I don't get to press that one. Alright, let's just work our way backward.
Hold it!
You didn't meet anyone. Oh shit, I probably should have read that before.
That's right, because I've got nothing to do with this. And I'm just here to buy some Viridian paint, okay? Come on, I expect to see those Crimson Lake faces now.
It would appear that simply pressing isn't going to be enough, Mr. Edgeworth. Indeed. It seems that he's going to claim to have nothing to do with this to the end. I don't want this guy to cost us any more time. I need to slice through his obvious contradictions and keep things moving. Alright. I was at the lodge. Let's start pressing. Whatever is the matter, Mr. Edgeworth? This one single fact is so full of contradictions. For a moment there, I thought I was going to collapse.
So, witness, any idea as to where these contradictions in your testimony lie? Depending on your answer, I may stay my whip.
Okay, give me a minute. Well, it was snowing that night, so I couldn't possibly have seen the stars. That rundown shack is hardly a lodge, is it? And even if the stars could be seen, it isn't like I was there to look at them, right?
Yes, Edgeworth, that is the best response.
See? You can do it if you try. There is only one issue here. What you saw at Dusky Bridge.
Alright.
Hold it!
I didn't even read that fourth statement.
A number of times? How many?
Maybe 5 times. I went once every 20 minutes.
Which means you spent almost 2 hours at Heavenly Hall that night.
You bet! Real love is about waiting with your heart and your hands.
Love, you say?
It was this man's intention to summon the defendant to the small shack.
Using this blackmail later. Blackmail?
No. It was simply a product of...
You huffy-puffy, loosey-goosey excuse for a whimpering, whining wuss.
Damn.
Of a witness.
So, what did you see? I hope for your sake it was the snowmobile. You huffy-puffy, loosey-goosey excuse for a whimpering, whining wuss of a witness. Eh?
Well,
you see...
being called those names does not seem to have bothered him at all.
Yeah, I didn't see a snowmobile.
Hold it!
Larry, you really didn't see it?
Hey, no need to hit your desk. I can hear you. I didn't see it. I didn't see a snowmobile.
Larry, say snowmobile for me, please.
Snowmobile.
If you truly have nothing to hide,
Then why are you stammering like you just flew over a cuckoo's nest?
Shut up! What is this? I don't know. Don't ask me.
It seems I'll need to start from a more obvious contradiction. I'm going to strike the blow that will finally get him to spill the beans.
Yeah, I didn't see anyone at the bridge that night.
Well, that's not true. You saw several people. You saw, well, actually, I guess he didn't see Iris, so... the only person he saw was Phoenix. Yeah, this could be it.
Objection!
Yep.
Larry Butz, I can understand why you might want to throw away your old life. You're pretty pathetic, and you cause all sorts of trouble.
I'm sorry.
But having realized just how much of a nuisance you have been, that could be considered a step in the right direction.
Edgy, are you trying to console me?
It certainly doesn't sound that way to me.
However, I cannot forgive you for simply turning away from the incidents you create.
What? You're totally pinning this on me.
Now then, let us talk about the night of the murder. Sister Bikini, after seeing the murder take place, asked Phoenix Wright to report it. Thus, he headed for the public telephone by the bridge. There, he happened across a certain nefarious individual. You, Larry Butz.
That's right, me, in the flesh.
Listen carefully to what you've said. It doesn't matter if you change your name. So long as you remain pretty pathetic, you will continue to cause these incidents. That reality will not change.
But, what do you want me to do then?
Larry, what you need to change is your inner self. But for now, what you saw that night,
testify truthfully about this one issue is all I need from you.
But, Edgy, I think I finally woke up. Yeah. Well, I guess I could still be sleeping. But anyway, I'll do it. I'll testify.
Round of applause, everybody.
Well, I'm not sure this will go especially well.
I'll ask again then, witness. What did you see on the night of the murder? Answer quickly or be smited.
I went to the shack at around 9, so it would have been around 10:30 p.m.
I was lying under my bedding. Whoa.
I was lying under my bedding when a white flash almost blinded me. I went out the window and Dusky Bridge was on fire. There was still some thunder, but I went right away to check it out. That's when I ran into Nick.
You certainly saw quite a lot, didn't you?
So what happened to the bridge after it caught fire?
It was like me after 3 days stint chasing a girl. It totally burned out. Like almost totally gone. I mean, trying to cross the bridge remains was what caused Nick to fall.
What did you say? Oh, don't worry. It's nothing life-threatening. You just caught a cold.
I never know with that man. If he should be called lucky or unlucky. Von Karma? Were you worried about Phoenix?
They all love each other. They're just one big, very confusing family. Now, Mr. Edgeworth, please commence your cross-examination.
When I saw part 2.
I went to the shack at around 9.
Well...
Hold it!
What did you do out there, in the cold, for an hour and a half?
Well, you really must know. I was busy being excited, I guess.
Excited? Dare I even ask why? Hang on, everybody. I'll be right back. Sorry that you gotta stare at the judge's face for a second. Just imagine he's thinking about banana juice.
I'm talking rainbows, I'm talking puppies. I'm from another dimension.
Alright, just gotta make sure my audio's still up. Give me a second.
Oh no, my stream is laggy. Oh no.
There we go. So, let's get back to it. Excited, I dare even ask. Oh, dare I even ask is what he was saying.
Yeah, I set the meeting time as 10 p.m., right? But, I couldn't wait. And I thought she might come too early.
Well, it appears she didn't come at all in the end. Because they never arranged to meet in the first place, did they?
Shut up! Don't go picking on my fond memories, man! Anyway, I was getting a little worried. I thought maybe Iris had lost her way. So, every 20 minutes or so, I went out to the bridge. I didn't see anything particularly suspicious. I didn't have anything else to do, so I went back to the shack to wait for her.
I was lying under my bedding when, well, looked out the window at Dusky Bridge and, okay, let's press that.
Yeah, I'm breaking all of Larry's fantasies, Bizarro.
Seeing that, what did you do?
What do you think? I was burning up as well from the fire in my heart.
And that's why you went to take a look at the bridge?
Well, to be honest, it was freezing cold. So at first I forgot it. I'm not leaving my covers. But it had pretty much stopped snowing, so I don't know, it changed my mind.
I'm not sure I care for the forget-it attitude you had at first witness. Dude, if you see a fire, don't go, forget it. There was still some thunder.
Hold it!
You said right away. But exactly how long after the strike was that?
The lightning fell and then the bridge got on fire and, I don't know, maybe about 5 minutes. I mean, I suddenly thought, gotta check this out.
How far is this small shack from where the bridge is?
Hold on, well, it had pretty much stopped snowing. I guess about a 5-minute walk.
And how did Dusky Bridge look when you got there?
Like I had recovered a piece of my childhood. I mean, not even the bonfires kids make during school camp trips can compare.
Well, should I press him for more,
Well, oh, yeah, why didn't he call anybody? I mean, we know why he didn't go on the bridge. I assume we might get some funny dialogue if we click this, like, dude, it was on fire. You're stupid.
Larry, let me ask you one thing.
What is it, Edgy? What's with the serious face?
Why didn't you call anyone?
Huh? What do you mean?
Normally when faced with the towering inferno, one would try to tell someone. There's a public phone right by Dusky Bridge.
Well, of course I thought of doing that.
So then, let's hear why you didn't.
Huh? Yeah, okay, a reason. My reason. It isn't that I didn't try to tell anyone. I just didn't have time to.
I arrived at the bridge and Nick showed up less than a minute later.
Alright, that checks out.
Yeah. Does that check out?
It doesn't. It doesn't check out.
Objection!
Tell him, Edgeworth. Your very existence being a contradiction.
I'm not sure if you can grasp this or not.
Hey, Edgy! You make me sound like some sort of alien. Which I'm definitely not, my pupils. Going small is cute. It is not because I am from outer space.
But your testimony is conclusively contradictory. The problem here is time.
I've never been the best timekeeper. You know that. 3 minutes after Billy leaves on foot, you follow him on your bicycle. How long does it take for you to catch up with him? I'm terrible at those. But for some reason I remember one. And that's weird.
This is much more simple. You saw the lightning strike Dusky Bridge, and immediately went to see what had happened. Is this correct?
Well, yeah, I wasted about 5 minutes first, but more or less.
And the snow. I have the weather data here from last night. According to this, the lightning fell at 10:45. You say it takes less than 5 minutes from the shack to Dusky Bridge. Meaning you probably got there around 11 p.m.
That all sounds about right, I guess. And then Nick showed up and did his falling act.
That is impossible. What do you mean? 11 p.m. is when the murder occurred in Hazakura Temple. Thus, Wright was still there in the courtyard. There is no way that Larry could have encountered him at Dusky Bridge at the time.
Excuse me, I have an injection.
You do?
Edgy! How many times do I have to say this? I'm not Larry! I'm Larry's dad now!
It has not been proven that the murder occurred at 11 p.m. The sister only said around 11. In which case, it could have been earlier than that. Watch your footing there, Miss Francesca von Karma. The slope ahead is very slippery. For there is still no way that Wright could have been at Dusky Bridge at 11 p.m. And why not? It is clearly written here in the weather data report. It took around 30 minutes for the bridge to burn out. Therefore, the bridge must have been burning until at least 11:15. Which means, what exactly? Wright did not see the bridge while it was being consumed by the flames that night. In fact, he did not arrive on the scene until the flames had died down. Larry, you arrived at the bridge at 11 p.m., but Wright did not make it there until at least 11:15. I suggest you stop hiding things and tell us the whole truth. Now then, what happened during these missing 15 minutes?
I feel like I just brutally woke it up by a toilet splashback. I guess I was still sleeping after all. Pinch me.
Order! So there was a missing 15 minutes prior to the meeting with Phoenix Wright. I hardly see that that has much of a problem.
Yeah, not much of a problem at all.
Really? The bridge is burning before your eyes, and there is a phone right next to it. Why then did you not report the accident? Yes, witness. Why didn't you? You were there. Fuck. Why didn't you? Were you there simply to watch the bridge burn? Some people want to just watch the world burn. And therein lies the problem. Michael Caine is a very fun voice to do. For even after the bridge had burnt out, he was still there. Staring into space, this witness didn't even attempt to fulfill his civic duty.
That's what it sounds like.
But this is Larry we are talking about, and even he is incapable of being so stupid. Which means there has to be a reason for his inaction.
Edgy. I think it's about time I got serious with you, dude.
Just as I thought. You've been playing with us all this time.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you everything. Are you sure you want to hear it all?
Yes.
I may really say it this time. Everything!
Then say it!
Very well, I have a terribly bad feeling about this, but... fuck it! I'm high as shit, bro! Now then, I'm also wasted! For this 15-minute gap, what were you doing, man?
Missing 15 minutes.
Yeah, I am a DXM. I'm an artist. What do you think I was doing? Sketching in front of the bridge. I was whipped up. I was whipped up into an art frenzy. The shock and awe, I was feeling it. I transferred it directly onto the page.
You drew the flames?
Before I realized it, the flames have gone out, and then he came running up.
I suppose artists can be strange folk.
That's right! Yeah, I'm willing to sacrifice everything in order to draw the perfect sketch.
Larry. I mean...
No, Bizarro, Larry is not. Larry is not the mastermind. Although, I'll say it right now, if they were ever to make Larry the mastermind, damn, that'd be a plot twist.
Including the truth from the sound of it.
Mr. Edgeworth, has this removed the last of your doubts?
Not at all, Your Honor. One very large doubt still remains.
And what would that be?
This is a surprisingly believable story, especially considering the source. So why did he think he needed to hide it from us until now? I intend to drag the reason out of him.
You'll regret this, Edgy.
Yeah, he saw something that puts her at the scene. No, Maya isn't trapped because of Edgy. Maya was gonna get trapped either way. Because of Larry. Maya was gonna get trapped there. Larry couldn't have stopped the bridge fire. However, he could have ran across and maybe helped. Well, then again, it was on fire. I understand not going across. He could have yelled for help, though. Maybe he could have done something, but it's unlikely.
Hold it!
Hold it! Tell us, Larry.
My name is Larice, get it alright? Mistakes like that are what keep you from being popular with the ladies like I am.
I thought he was gay. Just who exactly are you? I thought Edgeworth was gay. Is Edgeworth not gay? I mean, it's okay if he's not gay, but isn't Edgeworth gay?
I'm Larice Exum, apprentice extraordinaire.
I am gay, Your Honor. That's what he calls himself in any case. I actually don't know if Edgeworth is gay. In my own head canon, unless he gets a girlfriend or something in the other games, he's gay.
Then you are an artist.
Of course! Yeah, I'm an artist, the real thing.
Yet again, that's what he calls himself. Names mean nothing. There's only one issue I care to discuss. What were you doing?
That is a very big issue indeed.
I want to see the drawing.
Sketching the burning bridge.
The burning bridge and everything that came with it.
What came with it?
You want to hear this from my lips, do you, Edgy? You'll regret this! That sketch of mine is... Ah!
Enough. Just take that ridiculous sketch of yours out already, witness.
What are you talking about? I don't know what you mean.
It does indeed appear to be the fastest solution. I'll leave it to you, Mr. Edgeworth.
What should I do? I've got a terrible feeling that the instant this sketch is revealed, the entire world may be changed by what is depicted.
I want to see the sketch! Larry, I wonder if you could show us your sketch, please.
Well, even if I couldn't have imagined it turn out like this.
Imagined what?
That Larice de Maxim's debut would take place here today, like this. Ah!
Show it now.
Okay! But steel yourselves. This is the world of Larice de Axum.
What the fuck? That's a person. And that's actually a pretty good drawing. Well. So this is Dusky Bridge, correct? Quite a large bridge, isn't it? Your response, Miss Von Karma.
Yes. It's a better drawing than I expected.
That's pretty good. Hey, look, as somebody who draws on occasion, I couldn't draw like that. That's pretty good. Especially if you're working on a picture book for kids like that. That's a great drawing. You know what, Larry? I hate to stop the plot for a minute, but he might have a talent. I mean, this is really cool. It even has like a storybook quality to it. Like, look at the drawing of the woman in the background by the flames. Of course, that's why everybody's freaking out. But this looks good. Like, really good. I mean, he clearly used crayon, but good crayon.
Isn't it? I struggled to reproduce those flames. I really did.
Yes, I'm sure you did.
Yeah, it is quite good.
Shit.
This is going to get ugly. No one has the courage to bring it up, it seems. This mysterious flying object.
It looks like a lady.
Larry.
What?
The burning bridge is fine. But what is that unfortunate looking figure?
Ah, you spotted that. I thought you might.
However much I might want to ignore it, I can't.
It's Iris, of course. Iris. I wish she'd take better care of herself. We had to plan our future, you know? What would have happened to her if she had injured herself flying like that?
Larry, please answer this question honestly.
Okay.
Are you really claiming to have seen this? Are you claiming to have seen the silhouette of the defendant?
That could be Dahlia's spirit. But is Dahlia dead?
Flying over a bridge while engulfed in flames? Yep, that's what I saw. That's why I drew it. I'm an artist, a real artist.
It's a really dope drawing.
The girl, she's really high up in this picture.
What was that for?
This is for all a bad dream.
I was hitting you to check and test that theory. Please whip your own cheek from now on if you wish to test your wild theories. Anyway. No court of law will ever acknowledge that people can fly. It's not something that happens. Your Honor, I would like to plead the Peter Pan defense. Not the Peter Pan defense! Yes, the defense that there are flying people involved, and therefore the client is guilty. Remember the Chewbacca defense. Nothing makes sense. So by that knowledge, you know, Peter Pan can fly. Surely this lady can fly too. I declare her guilty. Hit your gavel. You know I'm right. Peter Pan defense!
Actually, there is some precedent for this. She was flying pretty high, my sweet Iris.
I think what Von Karma was just referencing is the fact that in the past, she had to argue that Maya was possessed during a murder, and because of that, her form changed.
She was about 30 feet above the bridge. At least, it was really something to see.
This has to be some kind of mistake. Mr. Edgeworth, please, bring the witness back down to earth.
What, me?
This witness is your friend, is he not?
Accessory to foolishness, Miles Edgeworth.
Let us get back to the cross-examination by force if necessary. Mr. Edgeworth, I expect you to expose the obvious contradiction here.
Yes, Your Honor.
Looks like I've got another reason to remember this moron.
Well, what did you think of my debut piece?
Get that thing away from me! Larry's sketch added to the court record. Now hurry up and cross-examine him. That really is a good drawing, though. Like, you know, it could be better, but it's pretty good. Yeah, I'm a DX sketching in front of the bridge. I saw Iris flying with her Oh, no you didn't.
Objection!
Larry, what did you really see that night? Not that I particularly care.
In your position, that's just being irresponsible. I drew exactly what I saw. I'll give you a whole $1 that it's the truth.
If that is truly the case, then there is one thing that we can say for certain. That might be what? What might that be, actually? That person who flew over the bridge could not have been the defendant, Iris.
What? What do you mean? I don't understand. Yag!
A foolhardy folly of a foolish statement by an equally foolishly foolhardy fool. How exactly can you make this claim?
careless, Larry. According to this picture, this individual whom you saw was wearing a hood, correct?
Of course she was. That rundown shack is quite away from the bridge. The hood is what told me that this floating angel was my Iris. The hood is my darling Iris. And Iris is my darling hood. Yeah!
It seems there are bigger fools in this world than the one at the defenses bitch.
A bench. Bench. I just said bitch. The defenses bitch. Which is what you usually are, Edgeworth, but not today. Sweetie, I'm nobody's bitch. Everyone else is my bitch. Anyways, Larry, there's something you need to be made aware of. On the night of the murder, Iris wasn't wearing her hood. She had given it to Wright as a gift. Are you going to change your story now? Perhaps suggest it was Wright who took flight?
What are you talking about?
I think you understand what I mean just fine.
Why? Why did Nick have Iris's hood?
What?
Eddie! What's going on with Iris and Nick? Why, you Nick! You dog!
I do believe that this unbelievably mysterious sketch is destined to disappear, discredited and discarded straight into the garbage.
What is it now, witness? You dick bag.
It feels like I've been waiting 25 years for this day to come. Edgy, today is the day I get to completely stupefy you.
But what? What is the meaning of your outburst, witness?
I hate that I have to do this, but I have some definitive evidence.
Did he take a picture? Definitive.
Evidence? Iris did indeed come flying over the burning bridge. And I, Larice Daxium, shall prove it!
Larry! I didn't expect to ask this again. But we shall be needing your testimony one more time, then. Tell us anything you know concerning the defendant as depicted in this sketch. Really, that is a really good-looking drawing. And show us your evidence that this nightmare was actually reality.
Okay. I hope you're ready, Edgy. Because I'm going to feed you a whopping serving of pain.
Serving us a whopping serving of pain this whole time. Trust me.
Proof that Iris flew.
When I reached Dusky Bridge, she was already gone. I was so worried. I frantically searched over for her. That led me to finding a beautiful crystal sphere, half buried in the snow.
Whoa, wait. That was from the frickin' staff the lady had.
Yeah, I'm sure that Iris was simply wearing a spare hood. After all, no one else could have
Lost a crystal sphere like that. Wait. Does that mean the victim was flying? Take a look. Where's that picture we got? That's clearly from her staff. And she has a hood. But that doesn't make sense.
None of this makes sense.
And it is covered in blood. Bizarro's right. That orb is covered in blood. Oh, I guess I just ended it. A crystal sphere?
This one. Pretty, isn't it? But finders keepers.
If I recall, it's real amethyst. I remember her saying that.
That sphere. Where did you find it?
Let me see. Around here somewhere. Looks about right.
And it was half buried in the snow?
It was pretty much snowing by then. Snowing had stopped by then. But there was still some falling as I walked to the bridge.
The court accepts this crystal sphere.
That's mine, okay? I want it back afterwards.
There's something on it.
Huh?
Oh my, it's blood!
What? Blood?
Crystal sphere added to the court record. Found half covered in snow near Dusky Bridge at the night of the crime. There's also blood on it. And maybe I'm reading too far into this, but is that a little silhouette of a person in between the blood spatters? I don't know. Maybe I'm just trying to see stuff that isn't there.
This doesn't make sense, though. How could the victim have been flying? You ready, Edgeworth? By tomorrow morning, you'll call me Master Larry. Yeah! I like the sound of that. No one's going to push me around.
Didn't you want to be called Larice just a few minutes ago? Alright, proof that Iris flew.
When I reached Dusky Bridge, she was already gone.
I was so worried. I don't think we need to press any of this.
Objection!
Yep.
Larry, that night, there was someone who lost a crystal sphere.
There was? Who was the stupid idiot?
Miss Elise Diaxum, the mentor to a stupid idiot.
The victim?
I have a photo of her here. And at the end of her staff, you can see a familiar-looking crystal sphere.
Hey! That's my photograph! Give it back! Now!
A crystal sphere like that is quite easy to find.
No, it's not!
I have one just like it on my brooch.
No, you don't. Yours is blue and not a sphere. They look nothing alike. Thank you, Edgeworth. In any case,
Please, take a look at this.
this is the victim's staff found at the scene of the crime. Alright, Bizarro has a theory. She was attacked by the killer, stabbed, tried to get away, but died of blood loss and fell onto the ground. The killer removed the real murder weapon and placed the body to the statue. That doesn't explain how the corpse was flying or how she fell. There's still too many holes. The biggest one being, who killed her? Ah, the crystal sphere! It's gone!
What? What?
Just what does this mean? If anyone jumped or flew across the bridge that night, It certainly was not Iris after all. She was not wearing her hood. More importantly, the crystal sphere found at the landing site was not hers either. That means the one who flew and dropped the sphere was the victim, Miss Eloise the Axum. This doesn't answer questions, Pizarro. This asks more.
Objection!
A fool alongside another fool on a fool's errand to reach a foolish conclusion.
I have missed you, Lady Von Karma.
First of all, this sketch, which I prefer to call a scribble, is ridiculous. People cannot fly, thus it is rejected. Hey, you can't do that! I sold with my own... Ah, jeez! And this crystal sphere. There is nothing more than a red herring.
You honestly believe that?
Give it some thought, and I'm sure you'll realize it as well, Mr. Miles Edgeworth. Elise Daxium was in her room on the night of the murder.
There was no reason for her to go to the bridge. She wasn't in her room. She was looking for Pearl. In fact, okay. I think I know how she got to Dusky Bridge at the very least. Because if I'm her and I'm looking for pearls, the first place I'm gonna look is, oh, where's Maya? So maybe she went to go find Maya in the inner temple.
Therefore, this sphere cannot be related to this case. That is all.
Objection!
Miss Franziska von Karma. The only person who will accept that explanation are scatterbrains and clowns. Why are you pointing at me? The victim's crystal sphere was found near the bridge on the night of her murder. Did you expect us to believe this has nothing to do with the case?
Objection!
That crystal sphere? It was probably thrown away at the bridge after the murder.
After the murder?
There is blood on the crystal sphere here, isn't there? This naturally suggests that it was thrown away after the murder took place. The killer placed it there to throw the investigation off the scent. Which is the exact same reason that he drew that ridiculous sketch.
Is she trying to say Larry's the killer? What?
You mean me? I'm the killer? Yeah!
All joking aside,
just when did this crystal sphere appear near the foot of the bridge? Unless this can be proven in some way, I refuse to believe it's related to this case.
she makes a valid point.
There is no evidence to prove that Eloise the Axum left Hazakura Temple that night. No proof yet. However, if somehow this crystal sphere can be proven to have been dropped before the victim was killed, then this case is going to transform into something else entirely.
Your response, Mr. Edgeworth. I want your final opinion on the disposition of this crystal sphere. If not related to the case, then this witness who you called will have nothing more to do than will be nothing more than a monumental waste of time.
Prepare yourself for a very appropriate punishment,
Miles Edgeworth. Very appropriate punishment. Prepare yourself for a very appropriate punishment. That's hard to say. Can I prove it? Can I prove that the crystal spear was dropped? Yes, I can! I think... Can I prove it? That isn't the issue. Simply prove it. That is the only option. That's what he'd do. That's the way Phoenix Wright would do this. Your Honor, allow me to prove something to you. I will prove that this crystal sphere is a vital link to solving the case. Well, it is covered in blood. You will do that? That look in your eyes. You remind me of Phoenix Wright when he is cornered. That should come as no surprise. Because right now, I am Phoenix Wright, and I am indeed cornered. I order you to present your evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. Murder. Found covered in snow near Dusky Bridge, the night of the crime. It's just the spear, right? That's where he found it. As the flames were burning. That all happened before the murder. I think it's just the spear. Photo of Eloise. I mean, there definitely wasn't any fake blood or anything on it. Crime photo. She doesn't have the staff with her? Tracks. I don't see the spear or anything here. My best guess is present the spear.
Take that!
This crystal sphere, it was half buried in the snow, correct?
That's right. It hadn't stopped snowing then. It would have been game over. The snow would have totally covered it.
That's all I needed to hear from you, Larry. Your testimony makes one thing quite clear. What? When the crystal sphere was dropped, it was snowing, even if it was ever so slight. Snowing? The corpse didn't have snow on it. On the other hand, let us look at the scene of the murder. As proven earlier today, there is no snow on the victim's body. Therefore, the crystal sphere must have been dropped before the murder. No! Order! On the night of the murder, the victim did indeed go to Dusky Bridge, and there, something occurred that caused the staff's crystal sphere to come loose, and it's covered in blood, so... Was she hit in the back of the head with it? What could have done that? This sphere. There is some blood on it, isn't there? Oh, Edgeworth is on it with me. Allow me to raise a certain possibility at this juncture. The real crime scene was near the foot of Dusky Bridge. The murder didn't take place in the Hazakura Temple's courtyard. Oh, wait, didn't. The murder didn't take... Oh, it's a question. Only a fool would suggest such a foolish piece of absolute foolishness. Just who is this fool? And which part is so foolish, Miss Von Karma?
Have you been paying any attention to this whole time, Miles Edgeworth? The sister saw everything. She saw the victim being killed by the defendant in the court temple yard.
Objection!
No, that's not exactly true. Now, is it? To put it more precisely, what she saw was the murder weapon being removed from the victim's body. That's the same thing! No, it isn't. Those are two very different things. No, it's not. Fuck! You said it yourself. Very little blood is actually lost. At the moment of the blade's insertion. If you want to talk about when the most blood would be lost, that would be when the blade is removed. If that statement is true, then Dusky Bridge could very easily be the scene of the murder. The murder weapon was not removed, thus there was no bleeding.
Objection!
You are forgetting one vital thing, Miles Edgeworth. Elysiaxum's body was found in Hazakura Temple. On foot, it takes 15 minutes to travel from Dusky Bridge to Hazakura Temple. Whoever it was used the snowmobile. But we found out that the only person who had keys to the snowmobile, by her own admission, was Iris. You mean to suggest that someone carried the whole body all that way? I've made it this far. The only place to take this is to the end. I just need to prove that my version of the story is perfectly plausible. Now, if the defense is ready, the court would like to have an explanation. Please show us the method by which the victim's body was carried to Hazakura Temple. The snowmobile, right? How do I show that? Oh, do I use the photo? Is this it? Okay.
Take that!
On that snowy night, there's only one way that body could have been moved so quickly. The snowmobile. Ah! As we know, the snowmobile was used that night. It was explained as having been used to dispose of the murder weapon. But it could also have been used to carry a body. Order! Ah! This is completely unacceptable, Miles Edgeworth. You dug yourself your own grave. What do you mean? The only one who could have had used the snowmobile was the defendant. She's the one who moved the body. Does that not put the final nail in your coffin? You're too late, Francisca. And in fact, the defense has proven something entirely. We have shown that this case requires further investigation. What? Where was the victim, Eloise Diaxum, really killed? If her body was removed, whatever for? And finally, just what does this image mean? Do you even need to think about it? Such a creature could never see the truth, let alone describe it.
Objection!
This witness certainly sits on one of the lowest possible branches of humanity. However, he would never utter a lie that could hurt a girl with whom he is enamored. He drew this, so it is something that actually happened.
The defense stands firm at this point.
Edgy. Thank you.
That settles it then. I cannot give a verdict under these circumstances.
Right. I seem to have fulfilled my part in this.
It is just as I thought. Franziska von Karma, you make a wonderful partner.
Excuse me?
There was one reason and one alone for being there. To expose the darkness lurking in this case, and then pass it on to Wright.
Really? That's what this was all about? You could have just told me that from the very beginning. Then I would... Miles Edgeworth, I don't care about what you were here to do. This is my chance to finally grind you under my heel.
A shame that your chance has slipped you by.
What a sham, frenzy!
This is your fault.
Such a terrible witness.
You are an... I demand satisfaction!
He's dead. I cannot believe that the witness's testimony relates to an actual event. However, there has to be some sort of answer for the questions it raises. Have his words here today been the truth or lies? Next time we gather in this courtroom, those are the matters that shall be addressed. I am counting on thorough investigation by both the defense and the prosecution. And with this, the rest is up to you, Wright. Court is now adjourned.
Goodbye, Edgy. I'll miss you.
And with that, ladies and gents, I mean, we're gonna keep going, but I'm going to end this episode and start a new one. This is a decent stopping point for this episode, so I'm gonna go grab a drink and then I'll come right back up and just start again. Alright, everybody, thank you for being in my jury, and ciao!